what is the prohibition of having meat, red meat or chicken meat during the 3 weeks and also during the 9 days? So according to the Sephardim, all the Sephardim hold that until Rosh Chodesh Av, one is allowed to consume red meat or chicken meat or the hudo, the turkey meat. There is no disagreement among poskim in regards to that. However, Ashkenazim, they disagree, and there are those Ashkenazim, Achen Ashkenazim, that from the start of the 3 weeks, they avoid red meat or bird meats. So when it comes to Sephardim, from Rosh Chodesh Av, we consider, according to Ashkenazim, the difference is that on Rosh Chodesh Av, they do not consume, they do not eat meat. But we, the Sephardim, would eat meat until the end of the Rosh Chodesh. This year that Rosh Chodesh Av falls on Shabbat, so Shabbat, we do not mourn on Shabbat, and therefore, even according to Ashkenazim, they would be able to have meat on Rosh Chodesh Av. Other than that, according to Sephardim, Sephardim are allowed to have meat on Rosh Chodesh Av. And after, once the night comes, then the prohibition of having meat starts. However, among Sephardim, there is a difference of opinion by Teimanim. Teimanim, the Yemenites, that they hold the majority of their halachot, according to Harambam alav shalom, that they do consume meat even after Rosh Chodesh Av, all the way until Seudat Nafseket, the Seudah right before Tisha B'Av, right before the 9th of Av. So they would continue eating meat during these 9 days. So these are the different minhagim that one should be aware of. Now, the prohibition of having meat, according to us the Sephardim, goes further than Tisha B'Av, goes till the end of Asara B'Av, the 10th of Av. And the reason behind that is because the main destruction of Beit HaMikdash happened after the Tisha B'Av. It happened on the 10th of Av. That was when the Yemach Shemam V'Zichram, they put the torch, the fiery torch, into the Hechal, and they caused the Hechal, the Kodesh HaKodeshim, the holiest of the holy section of the Beit HaMikdash, to go on fire, and that fire destroyed the remaining of Beit HaMikdash. So due to this, the Sephardim have the minhag not to eat meat even during the 10th of Av. So they avoid having meat, as well as they avoid saying Shehechianu on 10th of Av, that would add to the simcha. So we don't want to have that simcha. We want to still delve and understand the mourning of the destruction of the first Beit HaMikdash and the second Beit HaMikdash. Okay, and also this comes to remind us that why is it that we all keep Tisha B'Av so much if the main destruction of Beit HaMikdash happened a day after Tisha B'Av on the 10th? So the reason behind that is because the start of the destruction of Beit HaMikdash was, the main start was on Tisha B'Av. So halachically, according to halacha, we hold up Tisha B'Av and we mourn Tisha B'Av, and we go into the 10th of Av as well, but not with all the levels of mourning like Tisha B'Av. Right? Now, there are other details of halakha that one needs to be aware of, that for ladies who are pregnant ladies who are expecting, right, some of these halakhot of having meat would not apply. For instance, if there is a pregnant lady that has given birth to the baby and 30 days, within the first 30 days of pregnancy, of giving birth, and is nursing that baby, that lady is in sakana, is weak, and therefore, because that lady is weak and is not doesn't have her strength back yet, she is allowed to consume meat, right, within the 30 days that she is after birth, right. Another thing is, if the pregnant lady is weak and needs to have meat, right, and by having meat she will have more strength, then she is allowed to have meat, right, during the 9 days, right. That for Sephardim is actually less than 9 days, right. What about the halakha for children? Are they allowed to have meat or not? Now, if the children can grasp and can understand the sorrow of Beit HaMikdash, that if they can understand the importance of Beit HaMikdash, right, and they can feel bad about missing the destruction of Beit HaMikdash, then they should observe the minhag of not having meat. However, if the children would not understand, they do not have to observe, and the parents could provide them with meat. If the children are weak and they need to have meat, then they should be given meat. Let's say if they are sick or they are not, they don't have that strength, then they could have it. What is the halakha about somebody who attends Brit Milah or Pidyon Haben? Right? We know that these are the two simchot, two of the simchot that really pushes back the mourning, right? Now, if a person goes to such a ceremony, always simcha be'Israel, Yibo Simchot be'Israel, amen, then in such a case there is seudah given. Is one allowed to have that seudah that has meat in it? So the halacha is that only those who are known to the Baalei Simcha, to those who are having the ceremony, those who are the owners, as if to say, the owners of the Simcha, the owners of that celebration of the circumcision or the Pidyon Haben, the buying the firstborn from the Kohen, right? Those who are related, those who are friendly with those with the Baalei Simcha, with the owners of the Simcha, with those who have the celebration for, then they are allowed to have meat and they can partake having meat in the Seudah. However, those who are not related, they don't know the relatives, they don't know the Baalei Simcha, then they cannot have the meat. So in other words, just by going into Brit Milah, that is not a complete heter, that is not a permission that the person could have meat. You need to enjoy the Baalei Simcha, need to become happy by your presence. They need to know you. They need to be friendly with you. Or the same with Pidyon Haben. And also, a person is not allowed to just go ahead and take meat for out, right? Like takeout for others, and because this food came from Brit Milah or Pidyon Haben, that does not give permission that whoever comes to have it, right, can eat meat. Whoever is present in such a celebration, in such a simcha, is allowed to consume meat. Now, the exception to this rule is if there is somebody weak and is not related or does not know the Baalei Simcha, those who are making the celebration, and because he is weak, because he's not, he needs the meat, he's allowed to have it, right? So, Be'ezat Hashem, by coming Mashiach Tzidkenu B'mimra B'Yameinu, we should not be forced to keep these minhagim. Amen.